Excuses, excuses, man. There's a clip of Swarmz going around talking about his loss to Ed Matthews, and he's getting a little bit of heat from people saying he's constantly making excuses. Let's see what he had to say.
Headbutting the wall, bro. He started headbutting the wall, the metal wall. I looked up and said, brother, what? This guy is on something. Yo.
Now, can I see the video of him after obviously.
Bro, he's sniffing, he's doing all of this shit.
Now,
I'm not talking too much.
I see the way he was just moving about, and I was like, raw.
Bro, I'm not talking too much in it, so he's doing all of that. He's headbutting the wall. I can even hear him talking to himself. You know when you're just talking to yourself, anyways, but he's talking to himself is a different talking to himself. He's like, my man's like, I'm thinking, yo, is this guy right? Like, sounding like one dog, bro. So he's on coke and steroids, bro. I don't need to talk too much in it, but yeah. He's gone and done what he's done. Bro, I can't lie to you. Everyone that's seen that video clocked that he did not connect to my face like that. So I don't know how I went down like that. I've got hit by Russians, Albanians in sparring.
So there you have it. You hear Swarmz saying that Ed Matthews was banging his head up against the wall and talking to himself. And so he thinks that Ed Matthews is not only on steroids, but on cocaine as well. Which is funny as hell. But you know, what I have to say about this is you took the fight, right? You took the fight. You know, I didn't even know who Ed Matthews was when he went into that fight with Blueface. And I already had people telling me that the guy is on steroids. He's a steroid head, all this stuff. And you could clearly tell he's a bit muscly. He has that kind of roid rage to him. You know, you decided you didn't have to agree to this fight. I'm sure they would have paid you some money for being willing to show up and your opponent pulling out, you know, on 2 days notice or whatever it was. I'm sure you could have gotten paid in some way, shape, or form. Yeah, maybe you may not got your full fight money, but maybe you could have got a percentage of it and then not took any damage and just fought on the very next Misfits card against either the same guy or someone else. So, brother, I'm sorry. You took the fight. You know, it didn't go your way. You ended up losing. You ended up getting a flash knockdown, hurt your ankle, so you couldn't get back up. It is what it is. It happens. This is combat sports. This isn't like a team sport where you make one mistake and you can count on your guys to make a comeback. This is boxing. You know, one mistake can cost you the entire fight. And that's just what you saw. You got caught. You got dropped. You hurt your ankle, so you couldn't make the count, and you lost. But I know people are going to drag him for making excuses, but I have a different take on this being an athlete myself and being, you know, around athletes my entire life. I think excuses, they keep you in that winning type of mindset. I know it looks bad on the public, and I don't think you should publicly come out with the excuses because it just looks bad, and especially looks bad for the people who aren't really in your shoes and they don't really understand the mindset. It just is a bad look. So for the public, I think it's better just to say, you know, he was the better man. He caught me. It is what it is. I'll be back and I'll have a better performance next time. In the back of your head, though, these athletes, I understand there's athletes out there that are noble and will say this out publicly, but I guarantee you behind closed doors, in the back of their mind, they're thinking of, oh, I would have won it. This didn't happen. I should have won that. They're making constant excuses in their mind because that's just what winners do, right? That helps keep winners in the winning mindset. And as the saying goes, winners win and losers lose. So if you get knocked out, you know, one way to keep you in that winning mindset, which is not something that we do purposely, but I don't know. I just feel like all athletes just do this. You just automatically start making excuses like, oh, what if I didn't get hurt? I would have got back up and won the fight. Or, you know, he was on coke and steroids. That's the only reason why he came out and beat me. But if I fought him again, I would beat him. But like I said, it keeps you in that winning mindset. So like say if Swarmz and Ed Matthews were to rematch, he's not thinking automatically, all right, this guy is better than me. He beat me the last time. He's thinking of, all right, you know, there's these excuses. I'm still the better fighter, so I'm still going to go out there and win. So making excuses can help you in a sport like this. But of course, it is a bad look for the public. But you see fighters of all levels and, you know, even athletes of all sports making excuses when it comes to a loss. That's just how it goes. You know, I don't know why we're wired this way to automatically think of some type of excuse as to why we lost, but this is just what we do. Maybe it helps us cope with the fact that we lost so that we can move forward, you know, with a winning mindset, or I'm not sure what it is, but We all go through it. You know, it's just some people keep it behind closed doors and keep it to themselves, which I think is the right thing to do. And there's some people who don't really care and just say it out loud, which I think is a bad thing to do, because not only does it make you look bad, in a way, it seems like you're trying to delegitimize that person's win. You know, at the end of the day, they went out there and they won. So give them their props and just move on. But I guarantee you, to all you guys out there that are saying making excuses is so bad and all this stuff, I guarantee you, your favorite athlete, no matter who it is, no matter what sport they play, I guarantee you, coming off of a loss, they are thinking of making some type of excuses to help them deal with the loss. They might not come out and say it publicly, so you might not see them ever say it, but I guarantee you, in their head, they are doing it. So I'm not going to really knock Swarmz for, you know, making this excuse. At the end of the day, you knew he was on steroids. You knew that going into this fight. The whole coke thing, I mean, I don't know, you know, that's for you to determine and think about. But if you saw him acting out and acting crazy, maybe you should have said something then and there, like, look, are you sure he's going to be medically cleared to fight? Because, you know, not just for my safety, but for his safety, you know, he seems like he's not right. So I'm not comfortable with getting in the ring with someone who's like that. So it's your responsibility to speak up if you think something is wrong. At the end of the day, you got in the ring with the guy. So, you know, it's not, you can't blame him. It's nothing wrong with him. It's you. But still, you know, trying to say the guy is coked up and all this stuff, I don't know, because people have different ways to psych them up for fights. Some people, they talk to themselves. Some people, they pace around, you know. Getting into a fight, when you're knowing you're going to fight, you know, you're extremely nervous. The jitters get you for real. Maybe you start shaking a little bit. You start pacing. You start talking to yourself. Regardless, whatever it may be, everyone has their own way of dealing with the nervousness of going into a fight, because you understand that it's dangerous and there's going to be danger. You're going to be in serious danger, and you signed up for this. You can't pull out. You can't turn away, no matter how nervous, no matter how scared you get. Like I've said multiple times before, Mike Tyson used to cry before going to the ring. You know, you signed up for this. This is what you're getting paid to do. You got to go out there and you got to fight. So the nerves hit a little bit different than if you were to go out and play a football game or a basketball game or something like that. The nerves hit a little bit different. So, you know, what if that's just what Ed Matthews does, just to psych himself up and get him focused and lasered in and ready to fight? But at the end of the day, you know, it's actually been a couple weeks now. It's been a little while now. Yeah, I'm surprised this is even coming out now. I think you should just move on, get on to the next fight. You know, you have a proper excuse of saying, yeah, he caught me, but I hurt my ankle, so I couldn't get up. But I don't think you should say that to the public. Just leave it as is. Give Ed Matthews his props. Go to Misfits, ask for the rematch, and get that win back. But this will actually be interesting to see who they decide to match Swarmz up with next. Are they going to do the Ed Matthews rematch, or are they going to do the Ryan Taylor rematch again? I don't know, because now he's gotten 2 fights that ended in weird situations, where in Ryan Taylor, it was in his favor, where, you know, who knows how the fight would have went if Ryan Taylor didn't have that injury in the first punch of the fight. And the same with Swarmz. Who knows how that fight would have went if Ed Matthews didn't knock him out with the first clean punch landed on him. So I'm interested to see who you would like to see in the ring with Swarmz next. The guy has been improving each and every fight, so I look forward to seeing him get back in there. As always, thank you all so much for the support, and I'll catch you in the next video.